It is the Jets Richard Davis Awards, 25 years, 1997 to 2022. And we're going to be telling you the winners this evening, and George Baker alongside me. We're going to catch up with Lisa Delany from Jets. Lisa, who's on the line now. Lisa, a very warm welcome to you.
Thank you, Niall. Thank you, George. It's really great to be with you this evening, and it's amazing to think we're celebrating the 25th anniversary. It's down to a lot of people, but I think we have to thank ongoing support from sponsors of the Jockey Club, from the Indie Jockeys Fund, from the BHA, and the Davis family themselves, who've been so committed to this award as well, Niall.
Yeah. What do you think the impact has been of these awards over the years?
Well, I think if we look back and think the amazing opportunities and the amazing jobs that the winners of these awards have done, it's quite incredible. And it's great to see so many former jockeys working within racing, like yourself and like George. George does so much for racing overall, but also for the jockey coaching program, which he's heavily involved with. And I was thinking this evening, it's amazing to think that we now have 2 former jockeys working in the fire service. So It's sort of the breadth and variety. And I think now we've probably pretty much helped individuals into most different opportunities. So if somebody younger or more experienced wants to come along, we can sort of, team people up and sort of link people up with mentors in certain trades or certain areas as well, Niall.
We're going to talk about the BHA Development Award. We spoke about it outside, myself and George, how important it is, and that stigma, George, maybe back in the day when you were riding it, if you were looking at other stuff, maybe your bottle had gone, you weren't totally committed to riding.
Yeah, I think the mindset of the team of people that are using Jets has changed massively, and I see Lisa at Oaks House once a week, seeing a range of people in the industry, rider-wise, and I just find it fascinating that people are very much more open-minded to sort of be prepared for the future, rather than thinking that when things change that they haven't got the ability to change things themselves.
And Lisa, go back to you. Has there been any interesting trends, developments you've noticed this year?
Well, I think, as George was saying, the strength and depth of our applicants for the Development Award is incredible. 3 young jockeys, all riding really successfully, but, all making use of their jockey coach, making use of the support network on offer. So they use their strength and conditioning coaches. They take full advantage of the Indie Jockeys Fund rehab centres. They look after their nutrition. They look after their emotional well-being. And at the same time, maybe to let off a little bit of steam and have something else in their lives apart from just racing. We've got one who's learning Russian. We've got one who is training to be an accountant, and we've got another individual who's working in the funeral industry. But they're all really, really successful young jockeys. So, it's lovely to be in that situation, I think, Niall.
And I was lucky enough to meet Richard's family a few years ago at Cheltenham. It's so good, so important that they're still behind it, and gives them something to very much focus on these awards. You yourself, Lisa, what's your sort of highlight over the years?
Oh, that's a good one. I think we've had some really lovely, I call it a win-win. Not all former jockeys want to stay in racing, but I think when we can sort of keep individuals with that strength and knowledge and experience within racing and sort of give back to the industry, then those are the sort of, the win-wins for me. But in actual fact, I think I can say we've helped over 500 jockeys into second careers. And every one of those, we're only a small team. We only have small resource. So I think, to be able to help that number of people is very, very rewarding in itself. And I have to thank as well my colleagues, Phil Kinsella, who covers the North Country and is our personal development manager, and also Kate Struthers, who does a fantastic job on our communications and PR as well.
And I can imagine for the 3 of you, and narrowing it down to the finalists that we've got tonight is probably not the easiest job or the nicest job.
Well, luckily, none of us have to judge. We have a fantastic team of judges who include the Indie Jockeys Fund liaison team and management, and also our trustees themselves. But I'll say, after years of experience, I'm glad I'm not a judge, because the competition is so tight, and really you'd say that especially when you get down to the level of the final three in each category. They've all worked so hard to get where they are. They're all real deserving winners, and I know that's sometimes a cliche, but I think in this case it's absolutely true.
And Lisa, you've got a team of people going to Cheltenham on Friday for the awards themselves, haven't you, for the day there? It's just a recognition more so than anything.
Yeah, George, and it's so lovely to be able to finally, gather again. We had a small lunch last year, but obviously, it wasn't the same sort of with COVID and everything going on. And the Davis family are actually coming on to join us this year. So we'll have a lovely sort of lunch party with the winners and with guests, and we'll have coverage in the parade ring as well of the awards, it's just a really fitting sort of celebration of all the hard work that's gone in with these individuals in their current career, and also in progressing a career, and also in really achieving in a second career as well, George.
Good stuff. Lisa, thank you very much. Straight after the next race at Kent, we'll be bringing you the BHA Development Award. That's Lisa Delany from Jets, and we say it every year, but it's something that's pretty close to both of us, but I think all jockeys, ex-jockeys, recognise and appreciate.
I think the key thing, well, we both use it personally. I've had massive help from Jets, and I know you did the same when you packed up and finished riding. And I think the key thing is ongoing as people are more aware of life after race riding, is that they're prepared to do bits and bobs more when they are riding, which I think is a key thing. And you see, as Lisa alluded to when we were chatting to her, that more people are using it on a regular basis that are still riding, and they're younger.
Yeah, for sure. So looking forward to bringing you all 3 awards. And the first one, that BHA Development Award, will be coming up after the next at Kempton. But in the meantime, let's get back to Kempton. Got a bit of fallout from our previous race with Anthony.